Hello and welcome to another Verbling class. Tonight, our lesson is on small talk. We'll get started shortly. Obviously, we need some students to be able to have a conversation in English. The level of this class will be intermediate. Topics that we will engage in range from the ever-popular weather to TV shows, movies, and topics we should avoid is anything that is in depth, anything that is sensitive in nature, such as religion, politics, or death, anything related to negative things we should avoid. It's 1 minute after, no one's in yet. Let me just make sure we're broadcasting. Yep, we are broadcasting. Small talk is very important. We use it every day. Small talk is a way of starting a conversation. Even with people we've known for a long time, it's very important. We use it with our friends, but we use it in business as well. People who study conversation say that about 40% of the time, even in business, our conversation is on small talk. Hello, Francis.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Good. How are you today?
Hi, nice, very nice. It's a quiet time.
Yeah. Where are you from?
Nicaragua.
Nicaragua.
Yes. I'm born in Managua, is the capital city. But now I live in Providence, Rhode Island.
Okay. Well, welcome to our class.
Thank you.
Hello, Vinny.
Hello,
How are you this evening?
Vinicius.
Sorry?
Vinicius.
Vinicius, how are you this evening?
I'm good, and you?
Good, thanks. What country are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Which city?
São Paulo.
Sao Paulo. I hear that Brazil really likes football.
Yes, we love.
You guys had some celebrations recently. You were hosting the World Cup?
Yes, but we lost.
Yeah, you did, but you're still one of the world's best football countries.
Yes.
Can't always win.
Sorry?
So are you in school or do you work?
I work
What kind of work do you do?
in the bank.
You work with a bank?
Yes.
Well, that's exciting stuff.
Yes, with loan.
You're a loan officer?
Yes.
Do you like that?
As I like.
What part of finance do you like the most?
Negotiation.
Yeah. It does sound like a lot of fun. I enjoy that part myself. Well, welcome to our class.
Okay, thank you.
And also from Brazil, we have Rafael. Hello, Rafael.
Hello, Simon.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I'm sore.
And the surgery, how was?
Well, I believe it was successful. Everything appears good, but you know, it's only been 4 days since, and it's a little painful.
Nice.
So that's why I'm sitting here instead of where I normally am in my office.
I see.
So surgery's not always fun.
No. At
So
least
what
the
did you do
worst.
today, Raphael?
Uh, I worked and I studied a little bit and took some rest. Nothing special, just the basic.
What's the weather like? Is it a little cool today?
Yeah, it's cold. It's winter here, so it's really cold here. So it's a huge reason to stay home and not doing anything else.
Yeah, it's a little cold here today too. And yet it's summer. It doesn't sound fair, does it?
But I think you are used to the cold weather. We are not used to the cold weather here.
No, sir, I'm used to cold weather in the winter, but in summer I'm used to warm weather.
I see.
It's just a little different this year. 62 degrees right now.
62.
Going down to 52. That's cold.
Really?
Yes. It's cold for
It's
August.
bad.
Well, Raphael, let me just see who else has joined us in class here. Hello, Carlos.
Hi.
How are you today, Carlos?
Fine, thanks.
Good. Your avatar image, is that the flag of Mexico?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Excellent. So you're one of our neighbors to the south.
Yes.
What part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from Baja California Sur.
I don't know where that is. Can you describe it for me, like in terms of the coast or the U.S., Texas, or Mexico City?
It is, California, and below California is Baja California.
Oh, wonderful. Nice.
It's part from Mexico, Baja California, and below or beneath, under California is Baja California Sur.
Yeah, beautiful area.
Yes.
Especially the sea in there. It's just wonderful. Well, welcome to class. I'm glad you could join us.
Yes, thank you.
And beside you, we have Amir. Hello, Amir. Amir, can you hear me? Okay. Alvaro. Hello, Alvaro.
Hello, how are you?
I'm a little sore. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. A little bit tired, but I'm fine.
Yeah, what time is it where you are?
It's 7 o'clock here in Bogota.
So just a long day, or did you have trouble sleeping last night?
Both of them. Trouble sleeping and a long day at work. So, but it's not important. Let's enjoy the class.
Well, I agree. Mondays are always tough, aren't they, guys? We're tired. We had the weekend off, and maybe we stayed up later than we should, and now we're tired on Monday. I know I'm tired, but for different reasons. I had doctors poking around in my belly this weekend, cutting me up, so I'm a little sore and tired.
Okay.
So we're going to talk about small talk today. And this is where we actually just get to do a lot of talking. Small talk is essentially what we consider polite conversation about unimportant or uncontroversial topics. So what does that mean? Well, let's talk a little bit more about what it is. We use it every day. It's part of almost every conversation. We use it in business. We use it with friends. In fact, people who study conversation would say that 40% of the time at work, we use small talk. In fact, if we're good at small talk, usually we're successful because small talk is very important for building relationships at the office and for getting work done. Because it makes us feel comfortable with the people we're around. If we just walk up to people asking for favors, people are not as eager to help us unless they're our friends, unless they know us. And that's why small talk is very important. If you're not friends with people, it helps you create those bonds. We're going to talk about the topics that are great for starting conversations. And I'm going to teach you the topics you want to stay away from. Now, there's not a lot of science here, but I can tell you some of the top topics of conversation for small talk include the weather. Worldwide, this is got to be one of the number ones. Okay? So the weather, generally it is polite conversation, and it's usually about unimportant things, and it's uncontroversial. Now, if you happen to be living in Japan in 2010 when the tsunami came, well, in that case, weather very much was important, and there were some controversial matters. So maybe weather's not the best thing to talk about. Always think of the context, all right? So what topics are good for small talk? Well, I want to see what you guys think, because you probably already know. I find that most of the students that come to this class don't necessarily have a trouble with understanding what to talk and what not to talk about. It's more or less practice, conversation, and vocabulary related to small talk. Vinicius, can you tell us some topics that are great for small talk?
I don't know, maybe about soccer.
All right, excellent. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say soccer, because we can even do better than that. How about sports in general?
Yes.
Okay, sports is a very good one. All right, Raphael, how about you? What's another good topic for small talk?
Food?
Yeah, food. Awesome. Food and drink.
Yes.
Okay, they usually go together. That can include restaurants, cooking at home, your favorite food, for example. Great topic for starting a conversation. Francis, how about you? What's a great topic for conversation? There's still plenty left.
Tourists.
Sorry?
Tourists.
Could you type that for me, please? It's really hard to hear you. I don't know if it's your microphone or if it's the connection, but it's hard to understand. So if you could just type that in the group chat. Okay, well, I'll move on. Once I see what you type, I'll go ahead and come back to you. Carlos, what's a great topic for conversation? Carlos, you're on mute.
Okay. Music?
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, music. Do you have a favorite band or a favorite genre, right?
Yes, yes. Blink-182.
Yeah, Blink-182, 90s retro music, classical.
Yes.
People get very passionate about music, and you know what? People start to open up right away. Excellent.
Yes,
Well, speaking of, so Blink-182 is your favorite?
yes, it's my favorite rock band
Why?
because I love punk and I love the voice, the sound of the voice of each member of the band, and the sound, the way they play, the sound that they produce. I don't know. The punk. I love punk.
Excellent. And guys, notice how when I asked just a few simple questions, why, you could tell that Carlos was so excited he just started talking, and that's the key behind these subjects. By asking just simple questions about what's your favorite sports team, or what do you like to eat the most, or what's your favorite band, you're already talking about things, you're asking a question that people love to talk about. Okay? Great conversation starter. Francis, tourism, excellent. So tourism and travel, right? People love to travel. Most people do. Okay, it's another great topic. Where's your dream vacation? Where would you love to live or retire? Right? That's another excellent one. Amir, what's another topic that's great for small talk?
Sure. Can you hear me?
You're very faint, buddy, very faint. Amir, what I might recommend is, since you are quite faint, if you also want to type.
What about can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay, maybe vacation.
So what's another good topic?
Vacation. Languages. Languages.
Languages? Well, see, we can include that with travel and tourism now. It can be a good one, but it's not one of the top ones. But yeah, certainly. I mean, if you get into talking about travel, languages can certainly come within that, right? Do you like to travel? Where to? Oh, why? And then you can start, languages can come up. Alvaro, what's another? Can you think of another?
Maybe let's talk about hobbies.
Yeah, hobbies. Excellent. And here's a couple of others that are really good too. Sorry, my computer's, well, it's Google's being stupid here. Give me a second here. So hobbies. What about movies, TV shows,
Yes.
books?
Just
Okay, well, maybe not books. Who reads a book anymore, right? But book might be popular, but
books.
it's not like 20 years ago. If you said, what's your favorite book, everybody knew. But today, I know a lot of people that just don't read books for pleasure anymore.
It's so sad, that situation.
It is, and I'm one of those, guilty of it. I read for business, not for pleasure. Okay, so that's it. I'm done talking. I want you guys to talk. I want us to practice some of these conversations, and then we'll take a break and we'll go over topics that are really bad. Okay? Ones we should avoid. So I would like 2 volunteers who would like to start a conversation with each other. You guys should know, if you don't volunteer, I'll volunteer you. Okay, Vinicius.
Hi.
Hi, Vinicius. I would like you to start a conversation with Alvaro. Okay, now you two have never met each other, so you might want to do some polite introductions. And, well, look on the right side of the screen. You'll see all the topics: sports, food and drink, music, travel, tourism, movies, TV shows, hobbies. Try one. If it doesn't work, try another one. And let's see how you guys do at starting a conversation in small talk. What you'll see me do is I'll type some words on the right side, related vocabulary that you might incorporate into the conversation. But I want to give you guys a good couple of minutes to just have a conversation together. So go ahead, Vinicius.
Okay. Hi, Alvaro.
Hi, Vinicius. How are you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Yes, I'm good. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a little bit tired, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. Do you like TV shows?
Yes, a few ones. Do you?
Yes, I like a TV show.
What's your
Which
favorite?
Game of Thrones.
So please repeat me.
Game of Thrones. Do you know Game of Thrones?
Oh yes. The swords, the let's say in the medieval age. Yes.
Yes, it's an adventure show. It's about a war and who is the queen or who
So
can.
so do you like TV shows related with war, with I don't know, maybe
I like all
trouble?
kinds of TV shows. I like comedy, like The Big Bang Theory.
Oh
I like
yes, The Big Bang Theory. That's a cool TV show.
yes, Person of Interest is very cool too.
Which one?
Person of Interest, do you know?
Oh yes, the both of them are from Warner Channel.
Actually, I don't know. I normally I do downloads.
But I'm enjoy most of them the movies. Most of maybe the action movies or sci-fi movies.
It's good. I watched the Transformers last week.
Yes. It's the new one, but I can see I don't see at the time.
Yes. Did you watch it, Transformers?
Yes, but not the ultimate one.
Oh, I
Do you
watched
see
it.
that? So do you see that already? It's a good one.
Yes, very good. It's a little long, almost 3 hours, but it's very good.
Okay.
Excellent, guys. Thank you. Vinicius, I don't
Thank
know,
you.
but every now and then with your microphone, it seems to be very quiet, and then very loud and very quiet, and I think that makes it a little difficult at times to hear you.
Oh, I don't know why I'm not changing my settings. I just speaking. I don't know what's happened.
Yeah, just letting you know. All right, looking for 2 more volunteers. Yes, Raphael, I see you with your hand up. And how about Carlos?
Okay.
All right, and before you two guys start, I made a comment all in caps there. Allow time for pauses. Quite often when we're starting a conversation, we're a little nervous. So we talk quickly, and when there's a pause, like there, we are uncomfortable, and we quickly fill the space. And what we end up doing is we end up talking over each other. When you ask a question, wait for an answer. Allow for a pause. What you'll also notice is generally most people will happily fill in the pause. And by asking questions such, or follow-up questions such as why, or tell me more, the other person will very happily keep talking. And when people talk more, they always have a better recollection of the conversation. They think they had a great time. Okay? So Raphael and Carlos, please go ahead.
Which topic?
Whatever you like.
Okay, with who?
With Raphael.
Me?
Okay, Rafael. Hi, Rafael. How are you?
Boris, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Where are you from, Rafael?
I'm from Brazil. I see, looking for your picture, I might presume you're from Mexico, am I right?
Yes, I'm from Mexico. I am 24 years old and I am studying English and French. What about you?
Well, that's nice. I am 30 years old and I'm also studying English I have to improve my English in order to get ready for some job interviews and other things. So that's nice. Or are you also studying French?
Yes, I'm studying French. I have been studying it since for 2 years because I want to get the DELF examination, the diploma, you know. And
Yeah.
changing the sub, yes.
Sorry.
Okay, changing the subject. I want to talk about something about films. Which film do you like? Because I have recently seen the movie, the of the apes. I don't know the name. The World of Apes. You know
I
it?
think it's Planet of the Apes. I think.
Ah,
Or something like
yes,
that.
yes, that one.
I haven't watched this movie. Was it interesting?
Yes, it's very interesting. You need to watch the first one because if you didn't watch it, you aren't gonna understand it. But it's really fantastic. The special effects and all the plot. It's very amazing.
I see. I've watched it. I watched the trailer. I found it interesting, but I'm not such a big fan of this kind of movie. But since you are talking, I might uh, look for watch it if I have opportunity.
Yes, I recommend it. I recommend you that movie. It's amazing.
Okay. So besides movies, what do you besides watching movies? Which kind of things do you like to do?
Well, I live near from the coast, so I like to go to the beach. So, to spend some time with my family and swim, being in the sun, play off.
Oh, that's awesome. I also like to go to the beach when I have the opportunity, mainly on weekends. We have a football team. We used to play on the beach, so it's fun. It's fun to hang out with friends and enjoy the weather. Unfortunately, nowadays it's winter here, so it's not going to the beach is not an inviting activity. At least in this month, maybe in September the things get better.
Yes, here in La Paz, here in my city, we are in, I don't know, maybe 40 degrees in the afternoon every day, 40 degrees.
Oh man, it's really hot.
Yes, it's too hot.
I
Okay,
see.
thank you guys. So we talked about several things there. Well done. Good job. You guys, the more you talked, you notice how you became more relaxed and more friendly with each other. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
usually what happens. Yeah, it does. All right. Well, Amir, are you able to talk? Okay, Francis.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Amir, great. All right. Well, Amir and Francis, why don't you guys practice, take a couple of minutes, and think of some topics for small talk. Again, we can talk about a favorite hobby. What do you like to do in your spare time? Do you have a favorite food? Why? Tell me more. All sorts of stuff like that. So, Amir and Francis, why don't you go ahead, please?
Okay, Francis, how are you doing? I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well.
I can hear you.
Your voice so for
Francis, can you turn up your volume a little bit or move closer to the mic because it's very hard to hear you.
I hear a voice that you don't there. I can hear you. I can hear you on there.
I can barely hear you. Okay. I'm sure I have a gift for you.
Okay, well, okay, Amir, why don't you practice conversation with Alvaro then?
No, Baru? Okay, I have
Alvaro, are you there?
teacher.
All right, Amir, why don't you start a conversation with me then?
Okay. I have a question for you. There's my cousin is sitting beside me and she wants to join us.
Did you say it's your cousin's
Is
birthday tomorrow?
No, she's cousin is sitting beside me and she wants to join us.
She's going to China.
Yeah, she wants to join us, and she's her first time in Dublin. She wants to try.
Well, that's exciting.
So, is it possible to join us or not?
Okay. I'm sorry, Amir. I'm having trouble hearing you too. I think you and Francis have a worse connection. Okay.
What about now?
Well, there's a lot of noise in the background and hissing. It's not your voice; it's the background noise that's a problem. Do you have a microphone like this with a headset?
Yes, I'm wearing headphones like that you are wearing.
Yeah, I think it's just not a very good microphone, so it's very hard.
Okay, I'm going to try another one.
Much better. Much better.
Better now?
Yes, go ahead, Amir.
Okay. I was showing that my cousin is sitting beside me and she wants to join us. So she wants to improve her English. So can we give her a chance to speak?
Well, I think that would be great. Is she with you right now?
Yes.
And how old is she?
28.
20?
28.
28. Okay, we'll put her on then.
Okay. She's called Shana. Okay, Shana, say hi. Shana.
Hello.
Hi, Sam. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm
Good. And how was your day?
fine too.
Good.
It's my first time in Berkeley too, and I didn't practice English.
Do you like learning English?
What?
Do you like learning English?
Yes, very much. But, my kids and husband and wife taking me from English.
Excellent. Well, it's always fun to learn another language, but it's also very, very beneficial and rewarding.
Mm. Yes.
What else do you like to do?
Okay. Cooking.
What else do you like to do?
Cooking. She said cooking.
Cooking.
Oh, cooking. Oh, I love cooking. What kind of foods?
Pasta. any kind you want.
Italian?
Any kind you want, I can make it.
See, I love food too. I especially love Asian food.
Asian food?
Yeah. I love Asian food.
I like it.
Excellent. All right, well, thank you. I'm going to move on now because we've got about 26 minutes left, and I want to talk about topics, guys, that we need to avoid. Okay, so topics in conversation that we would consider ones we want to avoid. Well, there's a few of them. All right. Politics is one. Okay? War, violence, any form of conflict, relationships, money, sex, and death. Basically, these are topics that can make people feel sad, upset, or hurt. Think about it here. The purpose of small talk is to start a conversation, either because you're trying to create a friendship, a relationship, or a business relationship in order to get something done. You want to avoid anything negative. Now, I know that about 3 weeks ago, if I was to bring up a conversation with Vinicius or Rafael about football related to Brazil, that might not necessarily be a good topic for conversation because Brazil was having a very, very tough time. Okay? So there's always exceptions. A country hit with a series of floods or tornadoes, weather is probably not one thing they want to talk about. Okay? So always avoid these types of topics. Serious topics, important issues, gay rights, women's rights, anything that has a very serious nature. While these are good conversation pieces, they're best left for people you really know. They're not good for small talk. All right, so let's see. Let's practice some more small talk, only this time you're going to practice with me. You'll try some topics, and I may not seem interested at all. I'll be like, I'm busy, maybe, I don't know. You don't know why. But try a couple of times. You might try 2 or 3 different subjects before you find one I really like. Raphael, let's start with you.
Okay.
So you need to start a conversation with me. Try to get me on a topic that I really like.
How much is the iPhone 5 there in Canada?
I don't know. I don't like phones, really.
Okay. And about TVs and stereos, do you like to? I don't know. Let me see. Let me think. You don't like to talk about cell phones?
Look, I find them annoying. I hate cell phones. I'm weird. I don't like them. It's a total business.
But they're necessary. We need to be in contact with everyone.
If it was necessary, I wouldn't be turning it off right now. I don't think it's necessary. I don't need it. It's off.
Okay. Well, let me see. And yes, I agree because we spend a lot of time with it, unnecessary time. You know, time we could spend with something else. Well, have you been working out lately?
No, I had an operation, so working out is not something I can do right now.
Okay, but do you have plans to start working out? I don't know.
Not really. I gotta wait till I get better before I can work out.
Well, it's too bad, huh?
Yeah.
Well, like, since I think people in Canada are more prone to start working out this part of the year because this summer, you know, and I don't know, it's something people should start doing.
Oh yeah, no, it's something I like to do and do on a regular basis, but having had an operation, it's just something I can't do right now. I gotta heal before I can do that.
Okay, but at least are you used to walking or do some physical activity?
Yeah, I do some walking right now, some stretching.
Uh, I see. Because I might guess you are a sport fan or you like some kind of sports. Am I right?
No, it's funny. I'm not a big sports player. I do like to watch really important matches, like when the World Cup was on. I tuned in to watch the quarterfinals. That was some pretty exciting football there.
I see. Do you like American football? Because
Well,
NFL season is coming up.
yes, it is. No, I don't really like NFL.
Okay.
Let me stop you for a minute, Raphael.
Thanks.
All right. Now, guys, you'll see how that went. Raphael just didn't pick a subject that I really cared for, and there wasn't really any basis to get going. Now, at the beginning, I've known Raphael for a long time, and we didn't do the introductions, and introductions can be very, very helpful, right? But notice how when the question was asked, what do you like any sports? I said, no, no, no. Well, he asked follow-up questions regarding sports, and that can be bad. If you find that a person isn't interested in a certain topic, it's best to try to move on to something else. And you might find this, and it wasn't that I didn't want to talk to him, it's just I didn't know. And what you can do at times like this is you can say, well, what do you like to do in your spare time? Now you've opened up a completely open question. What do you like to do in your spare time? Okay? Now, maybe sometimes a person just doesn't want to talk, and that's a good time to back away. But the example that Raphael gave us was a good example. Now, I know Raphael's tired. I am too, and a few of us are also tired. So it's hard to start a conversation sometimes. But I'm going to pick on another student here. Let's see, Alvaro. And I want you to try and start a conversation with me and think of what I just said. Some of the topics you pick, I'm just going to say, it's not my thing. But let's give it a try. Alvaro, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, sir. Why don't you try and start a conversation with me and see how it goes?
Okay, Simon. Do you have any hobby?
That's a good question. You know, this is going to sound weird. I don't, because I have 3 jobs. I don't have time for hobbies.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Your life is based on the work. So do you do another thing to makes you maybe less complicated or more having fun, enjoy?
Yeah, I do. I do. I do make time. Sometimes it's just a matter of spending a little bit of time with my wife, and you know, sometimes it's we'll go out for dinner, maybe catch a movie. You know, I really love movies and TV shows, and you know, if I only have an hour, then what TV show have I missed that I can get caught up on, right?
Okay,
so
that's a good one. The TV shows or
yeah,
the movies.
Yeah.
How kind of movies do you like?
Science fiction, definitely.
Oh yes, like Transformers, maybe that one.
No, I find those movies terrible. They're so basic. Bad guys, good guys win. It's very what I would consider written for a 5-year-old without any subtext. The reason why I like sci-fi, it allows you to take a common day issue and use a fictitious environment to tell your story. So on the surface you have a very simple story, but then you have a subtext which makes it more complicated.
Ah, okay, the topic.
Yeah,
The
so
topic
time travel is
more
not about time travel, it's about
Minority
interpersonal
Report. How
relationships.
do you like about that movie?
Huh?
How do you think about Minority Report, that movie?
Good movie.
Yes, maybe it's more like you like it, maybe.
Well, let me ask you this. What was that movie about?
That movie is about pre-crime in the future, because some people have some powers and can see the future and can avoid the murders, and the people just die by natural ways.
Okay, so that was a very good summary of the movie and the plot, but what was the subplot? What was it really trying to tell us? What were the issues
Of that movie?
we're facing today that the movie was trying to talk to us about?
Okay, maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's the trouble with some kind of people with powers, and maybe to take an advantage of to see the future, and to make to can take some positions uh, after the things can occur that maybe cause trouble in our society. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this, because the whole movie seemed to be focused on the idea that we have enough evidence that shows a person's going to commit a crime that we can arrest that person before they commit the crime and charge them.
Yes.
So if we look in today's world, if we could reduce crime significantly, would we as a society be willing to accept putting innocent people in jail if it can prevent crime from happening?
Maybe it's a philosophic thing. Maybe it's just a little deep inside thing. I don't know.
That's exactly what science fiction is about. It's not about the basic surface level plot. It's about the hidden meaning and how it relates to society today, and that's usually what makes science fiction a good story. Alvaro, excellent. Well done. Now, you went right away, you went for the what hobbies do you do? And as Raphael can tell you, I do work a lot and I don't have a lot of time for hobbies, but you did well and you followed up and you found a topic that I like. You listened to what I said.
Okay,
And
thank
through
you.
that, you were able to carry the conversation. And that's very important, guys. When you're trying to connect with somebody, listen. Listen to what they're saying. If they say they don't like something, walk away from that topic. If they say they do like something, ask questions about it. Why do you like it? Right? What is it about it that makes it enjoyable? As Alvaro did. All right. We haven't heard from Vinicius in a while. Vinicius, why don't you try and start a conversation with me? Actually, no. Start one with Raphael. Only Raphael, what I want you to do is whatever the first topic that he brings up, I want you to not care about. Okay?
Okay, I'll try.
Right, Vinicius, why don't you go ahead and start a conversation with Raphael?
Okay, Rafael. What do you like to do?
Well, I don't like to do that much. No, I'm very lazy. I don't like to. I just like to rest and don't waste too much energy. I like to save energy for important situations, I think.
Do you like food?
Do you like? If I like what?
What kind of food do you like?
Food. Well, actually, I'm on a diet. I don't like to eat many food. I'm just drinking water. Just to stay alive, to keep my basic function, basic body functions working. I don't like to eat that much.
Okay, but I know something that you really like. You like woman, right?
Yes, I like it. Fortunately, I can't deny this.
What kind of girls you like? A blonde hair, brown hair?
Well, I'd rather blondes.
I think Vinicius, what you probably a better question to ask Raphael would be, what's your idea of an ideal woman for you? Okay? Or if you went on if you could describe a perfect date, something like that would be better. When we start asking, tell me, do you like a redhead, or it gets a little creepy because you're getting too personal.
Yes, good idea.
Try again.
Raphael, for you, what's the ideal woman? Ideal woman.
Well, I think the ideal woman for me, it's an easygoing woman. It doesn't have to be that. It must be intelligent, but must understand, must know how to live with me, understand my qualities and my flaws, and respectful. Yes.
Good. I think a good woman is a clean woman, because I don't like clean my home or my house. So I like women that will.
Sounds like you're looking for a maid.
Yes, I'm joking. I'm joking because Raphael is very serious guy, right?
He's not. Here, let me try and have a conversation with Raphael. Hi, Raphael.
Hello, Simon.
I hate Mondays.
Really, me too.
You know, I had a pretty horrible weekend, and now to have Monday, it makes. There's nothing worse than having a bad weekend than to find out the next day's Monday.
Yes, probably the worst thing in the weekend.
Did you have a good weekend?
Not really. It was cold here, so I just stayed home, hibernating, and not doing many things. Just keep
it feels
warm.
Good to relax sometimes, doesn't it?
Yes, yes. It's
a way to sort of chill and just.
It's at least you can do after a tough week, a tough last week, you know.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we have some weeks like that, and I always find that it's nice to pick a weekend, do nothing, not go anywhere, maybe watch a movie, TV show, video game, have a buddy over, maybe get some takeout, some really good food or something, you know, and just kind of just relax and take it easy.
Yes, I watched 3 movies yesterday.
Which
never
one?
done that. I think it was a movie with Jim Carrey. I don't even remember the name. It was a movie. I watched Ferris Bueller Day Off, a really old movie.
That's awesome.
And Back to the Future.
Wow, you know, I love both of those movies.
Yes, they're fun. You know, they're really old movies, but I still like to watch it when they're fun.
What is it about Back to the Future? I know it's like time travel, but it's not like it's all about time travel. What is it about Back to the Future that you have to keep watching that movie?
I don't know. It's something different. I think everyone would like to have the opportunity to travel in time, you know, and to at least go back in time and see how things were. I don't know, 30 years ago. It's a kind of funny because this movie has already 30 years, so it's like a time traveling. Just to see the movie, you know, it was 30 years in the past, and the history of the movie, it's 30 years before the present by then. So
yeah.
Kind of just a traveling time, you know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I saw the movie probably a couple of months ago, and seeing the future and their futures are present. I haven't seen a hoverboard. Have you?
Yes. There are lots of things they showed the movie, and I'm still waiting for, you know, flying cars and 3D machines who come everywhere and other things.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That clothes that they put in, they are auto drying or something like that. They just wear and become dried. It's awesome.
Very good. Well, thank you, Raphael. So Vinicius and Francis, who are left. So look at what happened there. Now, at the beginning, Vinicius said what was a very depressive discussion. Right? It seemed that way. But, you know, I listened to Raphael when he came into class, and he was tired, and I'm tired too, and it's Monday, and most of us hate Mondays, so I thought I'd go into the conversation, not go into too deep. And, you know, Raphael wasn't telling us a lot of reasons why he hated Monday or why he had a rough week. I didn't ask. So I didn't get into a very deep conversation about a controversial matter or important things. I kept it polite. I kept it about unimportant matters and things. And then talked a little bit more, yeah, and don't you just hate it when you've had a bad weekend and your next day's Monday? Yeah, we've all been there. And we've all been there where we've had a weekend where we don't want to go anywhere. We just want to relax, maybe watch movies, TV, get some pizza, enjoy a beer, something, right? And notice when I did that, boom, the conversation just elevated. And at that point, it was not Raphael or I, neither of us had control over the conversation. It just automatically took off. And that's the magic of small talk. Once you hit that conversation, it will take off. And don't be afraid. Like with me, Raphael kept trying, and poor guy's tired, and he's trying to put some time to English, and now the teacher's giving him a tough exercise. He knows I like talking about cell phones because we have classes on them. But he also knows that I don't like cell phones, even though I like talking about them. So it was very tough. So when I started the conversation with Raphael, he knew I was going to try and open up, right, Raphael? But then I just knew where to go. And that's the thing, guys. Don't give up. Follow the tried and true. What do you like to do? What movies do you like? TV shows, travel, food. And if somebody gives you information, as Raphael did, he said, yeah, I'm tired. Why are you tired? Rough week. Oh, I get those too. Don't you hate it when you had a rough weekend and your next day's Monday? Yeah. Right? I'm working with the information he's giving me. You've got to listen. Don't wait for your turn to speak. Listen. The better listener you are, the better conversation you'll have. And you don't have to do all the conversation. In fact, if the other person does most of the talking, that person's going to think you had a great conversation. And this is very important if you're on a date, or even if you're married. Give the other person a chance to just talk and listen. All right, we've got about 2 minutes left. This week I don't have a lot of classes, mainly because I just don't feel that great. I had an operation, as some of you know, and it takes a bit of time to get my energy back. Sitting doesn't feel good either, so I have a few classes next week and this week, and until I'm fully recovered, I'm not going to have a full workload. So I do apologize, but I just need to get better. Any questions about this class or my classes in general? Okay. Well, thanks for joining us. One thing I recommend, Francis, is investigate getting a different microphone, because there's a lot of background noise and it's very difficult to understand what you're saying. A lot of students say they just can't hear through your connection, and it's not your accent, it's just the quality of the headphone. If you can get a better one, I think you'll get a lot more out of the classes.
Okay, but in the morning I had a class, but I didn't have power in the morning. I don't know what happened
Maybe you
right
just
now.
need a reboot.
No, it's the same microphone.
Well, there's a
Maybe my
problem there.
connection.
I don't know why, but there's a bit of an issue there, and if you correct
I will
that,
try with another microphone tomorrow.
yeah. Well, even now it sounds like you're very far away. Hard to hear you.
Okay, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. It's now 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock if you're in South America. Thank you so much for coming. I will be back on Thursday and Friday. Until then, guys, have yourself a great night, and thank you so much for choosing me as your
Thank
teacher
you.
for this evening.
Take care, Sam.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye.